M to the O B. Make sure you hit the like button. You're coming in, you're joining us. Oh, it's been there 2 weeks at the holidays, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ate the dressing. Good old dry turkey, right? We back at it though. It's the mob. Memphis over Bull. Shout out to Twitter or X.com right now. Letting everybody come in. Chat mob, holla at your boy, man. You got full access. We doing it different. We coming from a different direction. Let me know if y'all can hear me or whatnot. Still can see the comments from all over Twitter, Facebook, you know, YouTube and whatnot. All right. Memphis is the devil's playground, right? So maybe that was confusing for some of you. Hopefully it was. Hopefully you not understand what I meant by Memphis being the devil's playground. It is an ancient proverb that says an idle mind is the devil's playground. Goes back to the 4th century, right? The 4th century, very, very long, 300 to 400 AD, I believe. And so right now, I say that quote because we are surrounded. We are surrounded by idle minds in today's society, right? I have something to share in our first clip. It is about the youth in Memphis. They interview a 13-year-old kid that's still in college, right? And I don't like to focus on the negative in our society amongst our people, but we do have to talk about these things. Make sure my vote, right? We do have to speak on these things, right? And it's the elephant in the room. But I feel like idle mind, the devil's playground. And I'll get more into the quote after we play our first clip because this is the main theme of the show. We have many things to talk about, but that is the main thing and the main focus of our show today. So let's get into it.
5 months. They say they have now completely turned their lives around and are on parole.
It took some time.
Tonight, Fox 13 investigates the sky-high rate of car thefts in our city.
Mind you, the problem exploded last year when viral videos showed teenagers easy ways to steal a car. Memphis police say that most...
Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Share the mob too. You know what I mean?
car thieves that they arrest are between 16 and 18. Fox 13's Dominic Dillon investigates why stealing cars is so appealing to these teenagers and what can be done to stop it.
I interviewed 2 teens who are working to redeem themselves. They admit they committed crimes in the past, mainly stealing cars. Now they're sharing how they started down that path and what it took to turn things around.
He was like, my car was gone. I'm like, gone? What you mean gone? He said, stolen.
Fire in the hole.
We can get another car. Keep the car, bring us the dress.
So inconvenient for us. I mean, of course, in addition to all the financial loss, it's a mess. You're just making a mess of someone else's life.
It's hurtful when you work hard and you're going to work and you come out, your car is missing, it's gone.
For years, we have offered people in our community a platform to voice their frustrations about being victimized by car thieves. But we have never heard from anyone behind the theft until now. When you and your brother were out stealing cars, did you ever think about how your actions may be affecting others?
At the time, really, I was just thinking in my mind, it was actually funny.
The juvenile you just heard from is 13 years old, but he and his 15-year-old brother first started stealing cars 2 years ago when they were just 11 and 13 years old. And they learned how to steal cars using a keypad or flathead by watching videos on social media, like the viral ones Fox 13 has reported on before.
All right, so now with that being said, I want to elaborate on that a bit. That goes with the idle mind, right? Give them something to do, or they'll find something negative to do. Or somebody will do it for you, or make you do something for you, right? Use your own mind, or someone will use it for you. It's a lot of what's going on right now. So everyone's wondering why everybody's doing what they're doing in the city. There's an explanation behind it. It's just a city full of idle minds. I'll let them talk about
Concealing their identities because of their ages.
I say it's some people that's younger than me out there doing it. Somebody about 8, 9 out there doing it.
Children as young as 8 years old behind some of the more than 13,000 vehicles stolen across Memphis this year. The vehicles of choice, Kias, Hyundais, and Nissans. Those are the top picks for these teens as well.
We'll at least, you know what I'm saying, slide up in it for a little bit. Because that's what we like.
These teens swiping vehicles from parking garages downtown regularly. They say their mother had no idea until their first arrest.
My mom, she really couldn't go to sleep at night because, like, she was afraid that we might sneak out the house or something or go steal a car.
Some criminals steal cars and sell them on the internet to make a quick buck. Others search for valuables and guns. But not these kids. They're just after a thrill.
In Memphis, to be honest, it ain't really nowhere safe to go. Everywhere you go, there's always somebody getting shot, robbing, like stuff like that, beat up, all that. So really, we don't sell no gun. We need those.
These young teens say they have to carry guns.
Look at the mentality of a 13-year-old. And behavior from children learn and observe. Before you even get the mind to want to know what to do with your time or what you want to do with your life and have an understanding, you just pretty much imitating the adults around you and the surroundings. So the main problem here is the youth. So that's what I'm focused on. We can't really focus on the adults who choose, to do what they want to do. That's a negative conversation. There's no end to that conversation. But we talk about the idle mind. Kids are copying the adults, right? He said in Memphis, man, it's really bored, man. It's just nothing to do. It ain't nothing to do, man. So we do what we gotta do, man, It doesn't make sense to you because you know what you want to do with your life. Because maybe you were raised right. Some kids grow up without any guidance. We'll get into that. Idle minds. And that has created Memphis as the capital for the devil's playground. Not biblical. It's a proverb, but it's not biblical. We'll get to that.
Carry guns for protection on the streets of Memphis.
Kids out there really dying from these stealing cars. My cousin, he got put in a wheelchair for stealing the car. My friend got shot in the hand. We got shot at for stealing the car.
Their behavior landed them behind bars 3 times each, the last time for 5 months. They say they have now completely turned their lives around and are on parole.
It took us some time to get it, but on our last time when we were just locked up, we got out, like we see that it don't only affect the people that we stole it from, it affect our family. It hurt them too.
They're still making amends for the problems they've caused. Conditions of their parole include wearing an ankle monitor, completing several hours of community service. They have early curfews and receive multiple visits.
Everybody just came in, show that love, hit the like button. It does not cost you a dime.
Weekly from youth villages.
As someone who's lived that life, what advice do you have for kids and teens who are still going down the wrong road?
When they go down their path, like, it ain't no turning back. Like, we just got lucky. But my kids out there really dying from these stealing cars.
The resources are out there for teens going down the wrong path, and these kids say their mother got them the guidance they needed, but it was not enough until their mom moved them across town and they decided to turn their lives around. Now, the programs they're
So yeah, you get the point, right? We get the point, right? Give them something to do and put them in a better surrounding, right? But I'm also about rebuilding the surroundings that we have, the communities that we have in Memphis, right? Because it's only so long that we're going to be able to run to the outskirts. And sooner or later, the outskirts become the city, and then we're just going to end up in an entirely new city and leave so much tradition and so much legacy in Memphis. Um, yeah, so ultimately, I wanted everybody to hear the young man say that he had nothing to do, and he just felt like everywhere that he went in Memphis, it was just something violent. We felt like we needed the guns. You got to tote the guns. We ain't selling the guns. We keep 13 years old. See, it's the difference between us assuming that we know why they're doing what they're doing and us actually hearing it from the horse's mouth. Um, but yeah, the ancient proverb, the devil's playground, is from Saint Jerome from the 4th century, right? Engage in some occupation so that the devil may always find you busy. But it's been translated, right? So what do? We see now what's the biggest source of distraction, right? Social media. You can put the internet, social media, all of that, but the cell phone, ultimately, kids worship. Not just kids, but why do kids worship? Because they see the adults worshiping this. And it's just not just the kids. You have idle minds raising idle families. So ultimately, our surroundings that we see, it looks like the devil's playground. But it's just people emulating and doing what they think that they should do, whether it be the images that they see on television, the music that they're playing. It's just idle mind. I mean, it doesn't call the devil's home. It says it's his playground, right? To understand that meaning. And it's the proverb. The difference between the quote and the saying is in the quote is a proverb. Proverbs are ultimately something written, proving the work historically over time, right? So it's a proverb. But it's not doesn't have to be biblical, but I do believe it to be very spiritual, right? And families are built on standards. And, standards are these type of proverbs and sayings. Now I want to show you all another clip, right? So just to know what he said, we see that on the news, we hear about it all the time. Now explain to me why this isn't going viral. But I got a 2-year-old young melanated child doing advanced mathematics at 2 years old. So, like I said, this is trained behavior. Make sure everybody come in. Make sure you hit the like button on no matter what platform you're watching on. It's the mob. Check this out though. 2 years old. This won't go viral. Why haven't I seen this on the news? We understand why. There we go, babe. I don't know why this is.
It is 3. 71. 71. 71. Count it. Count it. Count it. 30, 40, 41, 28. It is 28.
This is learned behavior.
11. 11. 11. 11. Count it. 11. It is 11. 32. 33. 34. 35. 66.
See, she just didn't give him the answer. She gave him an understanding. So he can know how to do it. He's actually adding the numbers and not just saying, remember, the final number. You know how to do it. It's mathematics. So this is incredible, like I said.
It is 36. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. It is
I wish it was Memphis, but it is possible. It can be Memphis, and all our children in Memphis if we keep those minds occupied with the right things, not just occupied with the right information and the right tools and the right focus. You too can have a 2-year-old doing advanced mathematics, or they can know the newest jam on High 107. Now, this is what I'm speaking about today. So I know I said Memphis is the devil's playground. Lots of people may have thought that I was going to make it about just you need to get out, you need to go, you need to pray more. But I'm not against that. Please pray more. Please meditate. Please talk. Please stay and stop sharing ignorance. Hey, stop trying to go viral. Stop recording your own for likes and subscriptions. And then some of y'all, I'm gonna be real, some of y'all don't even rock with the real based off, y'all want to check how many followers, how many subscribers does he have at the mob? Oh, wow. Wow, he's got, how many people are in here with me? Why does that matter? You're lame. You're lame. You're a grown individual worried about what others are doing with you. If you get what you need, you rocking with me, it doesn't matter how many people are subscribed. People tell me how many subscribers I have. I don't even check it. I mean, I'm not here for that, bro. You get caught up in that, it dilutes the message. Right? It dilutes the message. Let's get to this. I got another clip for you. I had some images that in this form, in this platform that I'm using here. Oh, yeah, I see y'all rocking. I see y'all rocking. Chat mob in the building. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I see y'all. Yeah. Let's get it. I see you, JA exclusive. All right, so got another clip for y'all. Gotta give me a little say, you know what we rocking with you right now. Yeah. Take that to the water cooler with y'all. Make sure everybody coming in, make sure you hit the like button. And check out, what we did with what we've done with the place. You see the bull. And that's symbolic of a lot of things too. Strength, power. You can look that up, what the bull represents. I'm sorry if I'm looking down. Like I said, everything's kind of set up a little different than it usually is, y'all. I'm still making eye contact with you. Still the mob. All right. And we're gonna talk about that situation too. I really don't touch on this, but I want to speak about this. It had a bunch of activists that were protesting about the situation in Memphis with the youth. And this is the main theme of the show. What's going on with the youth in Memphis? Because a lot of crimes are being committed by kids ages 16 to 18. And you already heard from 13-year-old. Let's talk about this.
Shocking new statistics about juvenile crime in Memphis. MPD says they arrested more than 4,000 minors last year. Now a group of community leaders say they are taking matters into their own hands because they believe the city leaders are not doing enough. WREG's Shay Simon was there as they presented their plan.
We have plans for crime that we're trying to implement, but we don't have a plan for the youth.
Wednesday, a group of community activists voicing their frustration with youth crime in Memphis in front of City Hall. Less than 24 hours after Memphis police told City Council Tuesday, this year they've arrested more than 400 juveniles for stealing cars. 12 of those kids were just 8 years old.
Memphis is in trouble. We are in trouble.
Organizations like Tawana Murphy's Project Lex Reed and Sharon Morning's Rite of Tears put together this 5-point action plan to cut youth violence across the Bluff City, focusing on education, mental health, outreach, and community.
We have an agenda which is to come into our communities and take back our communities.
Our leaders need to start listening to the youth and what they want. All of them are not bad.
Morris tells me this plan is the framework for a comprehensive plan that is set to be finalized in December. The goal is for the city to come together and create a task force to save Memphis youth.
We hold the education system accountable. We hold our city officials accountable. We hold our parents accountable. It is time that we stand up and we save our children.
In Memphis, Shay Simon, WREG News, Channel 3.
I can appreciate the protest, Like I said, that is one of the first things that's going to build a community and show communication, which takes a little teamwork, a little focus, to have more things. Many people are doing things in our community, but people are only focused on the images that they see. All right, we can't forget about the kids. And then, like I say, we always focus on what are we going to do about these criminals? And the focus should be, what are we going to do about these gifted young kids, great minds that are coming up here, that are getting lost in all of the negativity that's being focused on. And you're only going to create more negativity by focusing that much attention to it. I understand that we have to put things in place to prevent things from happening, and whatnot, but that shouldn't be the primary focus. Because I feel like many kids get lost in it, right? Now I want something else you're not going to hear on the news. Like I said, give them something to do, or they're going to do what their friends are doing, and their friends are usually doing what's on social media. But you can have your 2-year-old that's doing multiplications because of the focus of his parents. He doesn't even understand why he should do it. He's just being celebrated in his surroundings because, behavior is learned. Children observe everything that's being done. So we got to wonder where these things are being taught or being learned behavior, right? Like this, right?
I started college when
This should be celebrated in our community, but it isn't. I don't think people really know how they're focusing on the negative. So it's my job and our job at the mob to change the focus. Where's some positive news? Y'all remember BET News? BET News used to have the positive news. You used to get something out of. Where is that right now for melanated people? Somebody point me to it. Share it in the link, wherever you are, whatever platform you are. Anyway, this young lady, incredible. She's breaking records right now. Y'all should hear about this. Shout out to Jennifer Hustle for having her on the show. Everybody coming in, make sure you hit the like button. See you coming in. I see you coming in.
when I was 13 years old, and since then at 14, I graduated with 2 associate's degrees on the same day, and I could tell you that day was insane.
The same day?
The same day. And that's when, at 15, I graduated again, making history at Langston University.
Langston University?
Langston University.
I know a little something about that.
Langston University. I graduated with my bachelor's, and now I'm 16, a 3rd grade teacher, the youngest teacher in the United States.
She's the youngest teacher in the United States. I always give you something for the water cooler because I know what y'all are talking about at the water coolers with me. You see what they did on Airways last night. Nah, I was watching this. Hopefully you were watching the mob and you got something positive, because how does it make you feel when you look in the mirror, you see those images and then you see yourself? If you don't see yourself in those people, then that's a bigger issue, right? Think about it. So who's talking about who?
And working on my Master's of Business in Administration and Marketing, so I will finish my MBA in the spring, and I'll make history again at 16 years old.
It's not being promoted. Not being promoted. Just like, like I said, everybody, man, I really want you, maybe you should pay this and get your show featured on this. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. I got whatever I got coming to me, right? I know the support that I get is not for everybody. I've been saying this since the first episode, because when you try to make it for everybody, and you watering it down to the lowest form that it could be, right? It's not McDonald's, right? You want some real ground beef, you want some a real burger, you gotta give me 25 minutes, bro, to cook this burger right. Chop these onions and chop these tomatoes. Unless you go to McDonald's and get the microwave version if you want. Well, I shouldn't have used McDonald's. I like to use broccoli. We're cooking broccoli. We're cooking with broccoli, right? So yeah, it's the reason. Yeah, Man Black, I see you in the building. I appreciate you rocking with Man Black. What can a 16-year-old teach? A lot if they had their master's degree. Obviously, she's very advanced, but very advanced. Don't do that. Man. You know what I'm saying? You got to support her. We need to show support. I'm sure she can teach a lot. All right, so like I said, I was gonna talk. I got some to share because we talk focus on the youth. I know everybody saw the thing happening with T.I.'s son, King, right? And I got something else. And this is like, why focus on that? But I'm gonna focus on it because I'm gonna shed light on a bigger picture with that. Because I don't like to get involved in people's family business. I've been saying that father and son and what not having problems with one another for my entire life or whatnot. Family beef. That's their business. But what are you focused on? Why are you sharing? Why do you care? Let alone you from Memphis. I don't even see how y'all people that come from this city care so much about celebrities all over. Focus so much energy on it. I mean, it catches my ear too, but our primary focus. We should focus more on local events and local things and our building our community. Like I said, communication is an action performed by a community. Right. Got to be impressed by a 16-year-old about to get an MBA, bro. What you want? You know what I'm saying? What we was trying to do, right? So yeah, there's also I gotta share the real with y'all. There's a group of men. Right. I got you, bro. There are a group of men doing called the Gentlemen's Club, right? All right, the Gentlemen's Club of Memphis, right? Doing great positive things. I want you all to know about this. Trying to give you something, like I said. We know you know who got shot on Get With, right? We know you know the newest Pooh Shiesty song. We know you know all of that, but do you know anything positive about our city and our community? Do you care? Right?
Welcome back to News Channel.
This is all about focus, man. Where do you focus your attention? Right? Community changes. I love this special that they do on the news. It's one of the only positive segments that people never see for some odd reason. Everybody coming into the chat right now, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the share if you're really, really rocking with us. And subscribe. The Mob, Memphis over Bull.
Channel 3 Daybreak every Tuesday as part of our Community Changemaker series. We highlight organizations making Memphis better. Well, this week we caught up with a group that believes in educating, empowering, and enriching young boys through mentorship.
Our boys can't be what they can't see, and so if we don't expose them to positive male role models, how are they going to know they can aspire to do even more than what they think?
Dr. Archie Moss Jr. is the founder and executive director of the Gentlemen's League, a mentorship program that serves boys of color from 3rd grade through high school. Each month, the mentors hold a workshop.
These workshops are focusing on different social emotional learning competencies to make sure that we're pouring into the young men. We're teaching them those ways of effective communication, knowing who they are, knowing how they show up in the world.
And the Gentlemen's League is intentional when it comes to inviting guest speakers and taking field trips.
By exposing them to different walks of life, to different careers.
You see what I mean? Just exposing them to different things, different walks of life, different cultures. I want to touch on that too because I worked in video movies and more when I was 16. I was the only black on the staff at 16 years old. And that was about Chickasaw Guard. So I dealt with a lot, but I got to study different cultures. and understand that how they view my culture, people, because I didn't do anything wrong. I carried myself well, right? Years old, but it was a great learning experience. I'm going to all black high school and going to a predominantly white college. So you gotta put yourself in different environments. And that's the problem, one of the main issues in this country. We don't like to brush shoulders with other cultures and understand. You gotta understand how you're gonna interact. So you can identify the bullshit as soon as you see it. Man, shout out to these brothers for doing it.
To different colleges, so something will pique their interest and they'll realize that's my goal. I'm gonna work hard toward that goal, and now we have this program that's gonna support you along the way.
We expose us to lawyers, entrepreneurs, photographers.
How was TJ?
Jeremiah Crawford, an 8th grader at Bellevue Middle School.
So they A1 to a B. Then my other assignment was excused.
Joined the Gentlemen's League when he was in 3rd grade.
So I had all A's listed 2 B's.
In what class you got the B's in?
I had a B in band and a B in algebra, I think.
How many kids are getting asked about the grades? How many are? It's just you think that everybody's getting the same upbringing. But yeah, that focus on the youth. They're asking questions, just showing them, they're giving them examples. There was a dude that went viral on TikTok showing kids how much his money. I couldn't show the image on his app, but he was showing kids how much money he made from his 9 to 5. What you want to share is what your focus is. What is getting your attention, and what are you doing? Besides talking about what the kids are doing, or what the negative kids are doing, what are you doing for the good people? What are you doing for the good side? What are you doing for the young version of yourself, right? Since you're such a productive citizen from Memphis. What are you doing for the young you? Not even speaking directly to your kids, you before you had kids. Think about it. Are you opening doors? Do you remember how hard it was for you when you wanted to do a lot of things that couldn't be done here?
I said I want to go to law school, but as I get older, if I want to do something, like if I want to try something else, I've already been exposed to multiple careers, so I might find something else that I'm interested in.
I was a young man, but that I didn't know the morals of being one. So I think that's what taught me to be more of a young man.
What's the seed?
Did you hear that? Let's take it back. Young brother needs a repeat. Young brother needs to just bring it back.
I might find something else that I'm interested in.
I was a young man, but that I didn't know the morals of being one. So I think that's what taught me to be more of a young man.
What's the seed?
He didn't know the morals of being a young man. Morals are taught. Behavior is observed. You have to teach more. Behavior is just something people just see you do. You don't teach them, otherwise they're just going to copy you. But you can teach somebody. No matter what you're doing, you can teach them to never copy you if it's taught. It's taught behavior. Yeah, he said more, right?
The C wasn't, what's it called? Social studies, because I'm at a C on that test.
Josh Devon, also an 8th grader at Bellevue Middle, signed up for the Gentlemen's League when he was in 3rd grade too. The organization talks to the young men about having integrity, being respectful, and taking ownership of your actions.
If you take ownership over your wrongdoings, you can take the next step to not do that again and not get in trouble.
You can turn on TV, you can scroll on the internet, scroll on TikTok, and there's representation. But I think what's so important is exposing them to positive representation where they can start seeing themselves in the different individuals.
That is why Brown Missionary Baptist Church gave the Gentlemen's League $1,000. Because seeing someone who looks like you in a positive light will always make a positive impact. A true community changemaker. If you'd like to learn more about the Gentlemen's League, we've included their information in this story at WREG.com. And if you know a group making a difference in our community, head to WREG.com to nominate them.
Love it. Dr. Moss, as soon as he popped up.
All right. So, yeah, it's a great example. If you, those of you who don't know, we have Run Memphis. That's the organization that I rocks with. Run Memphis Future Millionaires. We're doing a lot of great things, like I've been telling you all for for a very long time, man. This past meeting was great. Shout out to the squad. I know they rock with the mob. But yeah, that's what you got to do, man. You got to have focus. You got to give them examples. Like I said, we're in need of fertile minds, right? Right now, the minds are infertile. And at this point, they're creating so many minds that by the time a kid is 7 or 8 years old, his mind has been pumped with so much toxic pollution that is pretty much he has an infertile mind that's incapable of learning at the level that it should. So we have to create fertile minds before we can teach them. The soil has to be right. Before you plant the seed, the soil has to be right, right? You're gonna plant a seed in something that's been pumped with toxic and garbage and waste. Oh, you gotta cleanse that first because at some point in time, without the phones, they're unable to learn. Without the joystick in their hands, they're unable to learn behavior, right? Because they saw you doing it. They can definitely know how to work a phone because they learned that behavior. Nothing was ever taught. Keeps going back to what I'm saying. And it's an idle mind. The devil's just playing. Like I said, it's just called the devil's playground. Please understand that. And Memphis is the capital of it. You see these people doing these things, you can't figure out why they're doing it. It's an idle mind. It's not being occupied by anything positive, right? Doesn't understand why it should be doing something positive. He doesn't understand why some people work around the clock. Another question I have for everybody. Chat mob, holler at me. Holler at me, Mad Black. I know you got something for me, bro. Answer this for me, Mad Black. Was social media created for the rich or the poor? Right? Answer this. Somebody, it just not just Mad Black. Somebody tell me, right? I'm pretty sure you don't even have to think about the answer, right? It's pretty obvious. Who loves social media? Right. The lack of fathers, we're going to talk about that. That's what I mean. That's also part of right. That goes with the idle mind. But I mean, it's not just the lack of fathers. Sometimes it's the upbringing too. Now we may even have fathers around. I'll show that comment. I got you. Man. Got you. I got you. Y'all check that out. December 3rd, Cater Street Conversations on Fatherhood, Healthier Relationships with Mom. I got you, bro. We got to promote the right things. Y'all get that? Write that down. Put it in your calendar. But yeah, right out Decatur Street. But yeah, um, social media made for the rich or for the poor. We know. And then we gotta understand, like I said, infertile mind, right? You have to make the mind more fertile. So the worst thing that they can feel is, all right, bet. It starts at 3, it's from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., y'all. Let you all know the time for that event. Um, yeah, so infertile minds, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what it was made for. That's what it's made for. It's made by the rich for the poor. So the rich get richer and you continue to be distracted. I guarantee you, these people are not on social media like that. The rich people, the wealthy have people running their social media for them, their platforms for them. They don't even, and they got the most time in the world. We're the ones that don't have time. We're the ones working all day. We're the ones trying to take care of our families. We're the ones that trying to do things. And yet, um, he dedicated a lot of time to it. So you know me, y'all know, y'all see me on this, you don't see me on that much. If it's not about the business, I'm not really with it. Uploading pictures for likes. I don't put my energy in that type of things. Most things I enjoy on my own because I know most things are in the mind. The mind has to be right. I have a fertile mind, so I enjoy learning things and learning solutions for us. All right, so gotta get to this. But I'm going ahead and talk about the Ti situation. All right, so everybody's focused on King, right? And his situation with him and his father saying, I stood on business and all the focus on the negative. I don't even like feeling. I don't see how y'all put so much energy towards those things. But anyway, why isn't anybody talking about this? He has another son. He has another son that no one's talking about. Has everybody forgotten about Messiah? I know y'all watched the show, so no, I know y'all watched the show, so he's grown up too. It looks like T.I.'s identical twin, right? Check this out, y'all. So everybody's focused on that and displaying that, and T.I.'s a family man. He has kids. He's had the show. Tiny. There's some kind of one of the couples of our culture, right? Everybody's focused on the negative thing, and everybody's sharing. Why would he do that? Why he did this? Family, man. Shit happens. But meanwhile, this is what should be going viral. Messiah. Check him out. Come on, don't hate on the clip. Come on. This is T.I.'s other son. Right? You know, the best thing that I hear when people watch the mob, and I don't give a damn if you take it like I'm bragging. I'm just proud of that. It's like I didn't know that. I didn't hear about it. And these are people that are on social media, that are on platforms. They're on WorldStar, they're on Twitter, they're on TikTok, they're on all of this, but they, for some reason, don't hear about these little clips. They don't see these clips on the news for some reason. But yeah, that should be going viral. We should share that. Stop sharing ignorance. Stop. With keep in mind that we're not the only ones watching. On my platform, on the mob, I have videos, I have shorts, I have clips outside of this. And they don't comment on the mob like that because they know who's in here rocking. They know the Chad mob will chop their heads off. They come in with their garbage that they talk. But many people are upset about what the things that are going on we're promoting on this show, right? So yeah, but anyway, that's not only we're not the only ones watching my platform. We're not the only ones paying attention to what we're doing. Many people who are against it are also watching. So when your clip goes viral, you get all those hundreds of thousands of views. Understand that it's not us watching, not us at the dinner table talking about it. Not only us. World Star, not only us that knows about that. Right, right, babe, bro. I understand. It's your first. It's always the first time. You can't. Man is playing the guitar. That's actual talent. Arguing with your father is not not a talent. Nor should it be something that's going viral that we've never seen before. Right, Sanchez. Sanchez. I'm not Jamal Murray. If it's not Key Glock, it's Jamal Murray. Nah, man, it's old holiday. Old holiday. All right, so I want to touch on this. So everybody remembers that I'm talking about the mines too, right? The devil's playground. So you got idle minds too. you got actual intelligence, and you have artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence is actually being used now, and to experiment on Memphis, in my opinion. Remember, I told you all that a lot of these things. I know this could, but many things that are happening under the scope that many people wanted to. This place, this city that we're from, our people, our cultural people. This is an experiment. That's why the project, right? And we even adopted the name, right? Calling it, we in the projects. Without even understanding what we're saying about where we're from. So understand that Memphis, the whole city is the project. I mean that in many ways. Um, so they got drones coming to Memphis, right? But the good thing about it, I like to see who owned this company. I was in support of that. But yeah, Memphis is an experiment. And remember, I told everybody about the cameras all being connected as one. All the information being collected and used on individuals, right, that they see. So it's called Connect to Memphis. You remember? I told everybody they got people, they're like, can we use your camera in your garage or your door camera or whatnot? Just in case something happens, we got access to it because you're being experimented on. And who remembers the purge, the first purge when they showed the purge started in the black neighborhood in New York? The first purge that they experimented on was in the black community, right? Not just the black community. We a lot of races live with in New York and in the hood, but the purge focus on us, right? This is the purge. This is that kind of mentality going on in Memphis right now. So here, check this out.
A message from up above reminding people to think twice before committing crimes. No, I'm not talking about a higher power. I'm talking about a new initiative by a film company called SMS Novel.
That's always been a passion of mine, basically to alleviate suffering. And I believe that
For us, by us. He say, see who invented this, right? You see who's running this company, the drone company here to help Memphis assist with surveillance.
that drone and AI coverage and footage is a great way to be able to do that in neighborhoods that are really being hit hard with violence, carjacking, open air shootings.
If a drone can capture perfect shots for his films, why couldn't it capture video of criminals in action? Which is why filmmaker and social justice advocate Jomo Johnson decided the perfect place to launch this project would be here in Memphis. So starting December 31st, people in the Shelby Forest Fraser area may notice a camera flying up above, either catching criminals in the act or better yet, deterring them from committing a crime in the first place.
A lot of citizens recognize that the police are doing all that they can. They appreciate the police, but they want to think about new alternative, maybe creative methods.
According to the Memphis Crime Commission, overall crime is up more than 17% from last year. And Memphis Police Chief CJ Davis says she's open to all the help they can get when it comes to curbing the violence.
Technology is a way for us to help monitor different events, whether it's a high school game or whatever, activity our children are involved in. School systems or whoever, community members might utilize drones, whether it's parades and all kinds of other events.
This is a trial run for the program, and if it's successful, Johnson hopes to expand it to other areas and other cities in need. It costs $10,000 a month to run the program, which they are still raising, but Johnson says you can't put a price on a life.
I just think about the lives of those who have been lost in Memphis to say, what if we could prevent one? Is it worth it?
To learn more or donate to the program, visit our website, WREG.com. I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News Channel 3.
Mr. M, what's good, brother? What's good? Happy to see you rocking with the mob, my boy. Yeah, so you see that, right? So keep in mind now, with that happening, they're gonna do it. They're just testing it out right now because Memphis is a project, right? Idle minds, we're in the devil's playground. Nobody cares. Idle minds don't give a damn. You can do whatever you want. They're distracted by other things, other things, right? Nobody gives a damn. You wouldn't dare get away with that in certain communities that I know of, right? You wouldn't dare get away with it because one thing that I know about many American cities and towns, they love their privacy. They love their privacy. But you know, crime is so out of hand, and they're like, well, we're trying to stop crime. The drones are going to help us stop crime. Right? So keep that in mind with the drones recording all of that footage. All of that footage, right? And like I said, y'all, we rocking with the mob. And remember, I told you about this.
If your home or business has a security camera, you can help keep Memphis safe. Visit connect2memphis.org to register your cameras today. Registration does not allow the Memphis Police Department access to your live video stream. It only enables investigators to know that a camera is present at your location and can easily request video evidence should an incident occur. For more details and to register, visit connect2memphis.org.
Connect to Memphis. Can the idle minds connect the dots? Like, I think, can an infertile mind figure these things out that are really going on? A lot of times I could say a lot more, but I'm not about things that I know. But I'll definitely give you the tools for you to figure it out. What would be the point if I told you everything? Right? This is thought provoking for those who care to think about things. Like I said, fertile mind. As far as the youth goes, we must create fertile minds before we can teach them. Because, like I said, if it's infertile and toxic, polluted, it's gonna take some reversing. Just like you do the same thing with the farmers, right? Soil, soil, fertile mind. Something to think about. Idle mind. It's all about the mind. You can, like I said, we need more 2-year-olds doing multiplication. And maybe they are, but we need more coverage of it instead of focus on BS, bro. You know what it is. Everybody's coming in with your late ass. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the mob. Memphis over Bull. Chat mob. I got one more clip. I got something else to share for y'all. You know what we're gonna do a little small. I don't focus too much on the sports, but in this instant, it's definitely about relevant to Memphis because we gotta talk about the Grizz, man. What's going on with the Grizz? It's Memphis over Bull. But we not the Memphis Bulls, not Chicago. It's all right. Marcus Smart went off on the squad, bro. Did y'all see that? I didn't see this being covered too. That's why I had to cover. I'm like, damn, I might have to put that on the mob. Just because it's a bunch of bull, though. But Smart, you ain't been playing good your damn self. But 12 will be back December 21st. First day of winter. My father's birthday. Shout out to Pop. Let's get it, though.
It was kind of hard it was like the fans was there.
I don't know why they showing Anthony Edwards on that, though. But yeah, it was like Marcus Smart went off. He went off on the squad. But a lot of respect to Hard, but and he was like, do y'all want to win? Do y'all care? No, we want 12 back. We don't want your ass. All right. Something else that you may not hear about. I knew it was gonna say something like that. He gotta relax. Yeah, he gotta relax, Bill. You gotta relax. Oh yeah. So did y'all know Memphis is also, like I said, goes with idle minds. Memphis is the fattest city in the United States, right? Not to promote the negativity, but it's just a fact of where we are. We are Memphis is number one, Jackson, Mississippi, number two. Number four, Chattanooga, Tennessee, number six, Knoxville, Tennessee, 12th, 14th is Nashville for the fattest cities. And all of them got their good old Memphis barbecue. I guess they trying to blame us because we number one. But idle minds are gonna eat, not unconsciously doing things that we're not, like I said, it's just missing an understanding and teaching about health, food, exercise, all of these things. All of these things can be taught and learn behavior, right? I wanted to share this because I know I was very impressed by this. All my music heads, what's up? Hey, Sanchez, check this out now. I know you don't know about these folks. We only got 5 minutes left on the mob. Check this out. I know you don't know about these folks. Hold on, not this. Right? Because, like I said, got some more. She like, I bet y'all gonna tell me, why haven't I heard of these people? Because you're not sharing this type of information. You're not sharing, or you're not friends with the right people. Yeah, I know black country artists, right? I was thinking about Muddy Waters. This goes back. Everything's full circle. I'm closing the show out, but this goes back to Messiah playing the guitar and how talented we are as a people. And we don't really share and show that as much as we used to, right? Used to be the main focus. We was just talented in every way, not just rap music, all forms of music. Right? I can show you. This is documented. Who you think the Rolling Stones was named after? Y'all call this, not our culture, but trust me, it is. But check this out. Dope artist, man. Sanchez, holla at your boy, man. All my artists, check this out.
Yo, I'm not sure if y'all listen to country music, but here.
Let me let it alone a little bit. Y'all check this out. Why is this not being promoted? We got black country artists making some dope shit. I hope I don't know. I might have to go out of here because I think my camera's about to. If I go out, y'all, shout out to the mob. Check this out.
There are 6 black country artists that you need to be listening to right now.
One artist who's truly making a name for himself is Shabuzi. He's from Virginia and is already getting co-signs from people like Timbaland and Diplo. His recent song, Let It Burn, is gaining national attention, along with being featured on Duckworth's song, which was inside of the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie. Along with Shabuzi, there are several black country artists who are making a way right now. Check out this list.
There when heaven doors open up, bikini all denim with a diamond up.
Dope artists, man. Dope artists, talented people. My camera's about to die, so I don't know how this happened this time. It's been charged up. But another great show. I appreciate everybody coming, rocking with us. Right, we started all forms of it, bro. It's all been copied and stolen. We need to take that back because I heard some dope ass music on that. With that being said, like I said, idle minds, devil's playground. Memphis is full of idle minds. That's how it's become the devil's playground. And let's create fertile minds. First, you gotta get the pollution out of the infertile minds. Anyway, I have more for you all next week. Come back and rock with us. I apologize for not being here for 2 weeks. I will not be missing again. We'll be back. Same time, same place. Memphis, over, We out.